Hey Dave, remember when we moved to Florida and we started hearing different words? And I mean, we moved from Ohio to Florida in 2003, and then we've been traveling for several years too. So we noticed a lot of differences in things people say. And I think a couple of the first ones that we heard was Coke. Everything's a Coke. You can have a root beer Coke, a Mountain Dew Coke if you want to, or go, if somebody asks you what you want to drink and you say Coke, that's up north, that's what you're going to get is Coca-Cola. Here, it could be a root beer. They'll ask you what kind of Coke you want, which was a little confusing at first.
Yeah, another thing they call the grocery carts, that we call them carts up north. Down here they're buggies. One of the things that we was told after we lived here for a little while, that a good friend of ours told us the difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee. He said a Yankee is somebody that comes down here to visit and stays for a week and then goes back home. A damn Yankee was somebody like us who came down here and stayed.
Yeah.
So he always said that with a smile on his face, so I took it as a compliment. But
yeah, they like us.
I wasn't real sure.
Yeah, they like us, so I guess it's okay. I kind of consider myself a Southerner now. Anyway, we've been down here so long, and I really like it. Even though we travel around in the grocery cart or buggy, some places too, they call it a basket. You're going to push the basket around in the grocery store, which is kind of funny. But when we came down to visit, looking around, seeing where we wanted to live, we had trouble with the car, and the guy that helped us was from Florida, and he said, yeah, everything just slap ruts out down, up north. And we learned about slap. We might have said, it was flat rusted out in Ohio, but he said slap. You're slap crazy or you're flat nuts or something is no. We learned it was slap.
Another thing, of course, everybody knows in the South they say y'all, but we met a good friend down here. He was from southern Pennsylvania. He called it Pennsyltucky, and he's, instead of y'all there, they say Ewans.
Yeah.
So what are Ewans doing?
But yeah, and we went in a store, and instead of saying hi, how are you, it was y'all doing all right, which was kind of funny too. Y'all doing all right? And then the classic bless your heart. That can be good or bad actually. A lot of times people talk about it, they say, oh, that's not good. But if you got a sweet little kid doing something, you would say, oh, bless his heart, he was so sweet. But if you got crazy lady, you would say, oh, bless her heart, she can't find her way out of the grocery store. That is not good. So just kind of funny things like that. And then wash. We say wash mostly, but in some northern areas it's wash. You're going to hang your wash out.
The northern area I'm from, the proper pronunciation is wash.
No, there's no R in that word. And then we learned about halfbacks. Those are the ones that move from like New York to Florida and don't like it so much, move half back to Tennessee or somewhere like that. So we learned that one. That's kind of that and snowbirds. Snowbirds come down from the north to the south for a season. They don't stay. They're not damn Yankees. They're not halfbacks. They usually end up going back north. I was trying to think what else. I know there were some other ones that were kind of funny that we learned.
Those of you that travel around and get around the country a lot or from different parts of the country from where we're at, let us know in the comments what some of the local sayings and colloquialisms and stuff like that you've heard as you travel around the country, and we love to hear about them.
I just thought of another one. We're fixing to go to the store.
Yeah.
Not getting ready. We're not getting ready to go to the store. We're fixing to go.
Or they're fixing to go to the Walmarts.
Oh yeah.
Up north we didn't say the Walmarts. Down here in the South they always they put the in front of it. So
in front of everything. We're going to the theater. Instead we're going, well, you would say the there, but we're going to the CVS, the Walmart, and Walmart has an S on the end of it anyway. Walmart.
So up north, well, in Ohio anyway, we only do that with our universities. We don't do that with the Walmart. So Anyway, let us know the ones you've seen, and
Yeah.
let us know.
It's kind of fun. So
Thank
we
you.
want to hear from you.
And like us below and subscribe. So